Teams. So there we go. All right, Craig, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Welcome to our Hammer and Chisel training Zoom this early evening. We'll call it early evening Eastern time. So excited to have kind of an East reunion here. We've got the Southeast region, the Northeast region represented. I want to thank my colleague, Alex, for pushing this thing forward and kind of getting the juices flowing for this. We are so excited to be able to talk about Hammer and Chisel tonight. And as Alex and I were talking about what can we do for our coaches in our regions to really help them get ready for this, we thought, you know what, the timing's perfect to really get people tuned in to what they need to do to prepare for Hammer and Chisel. Our business is so much, based on momentum, as we know. And when you think about what's going to happen at Beachbody come January to March, we are talking about a tsunami-sized wave that's about ready to hit this company. And as many of you might know, when you're talking about waves, if you're going to catch the wave, all right, if you are talking like maybe body surfing, for example, and you want to catch the wave that's going on, can you just be standing still and kind of be just standing there and catch that wave? You can't. The wave will pass you by. It might even topple you. You're not going to be able to really, take a part of it. And so it's so important when you're doing that you have yourself in motion. To catch the wave when it's coming in from the ocean, you got to be swimming forward. You got to be moving your body forward in order to really catch the momentum of that wave. Well, your business is no different. There is a huge wave coming in January and February with Hammer and Chisel. It's going to be the largest months in Beachbody history, and we can't be just kind of standing still, being in cruise control, waiting for that wave to hit and think, oh, well, I'll just jump in once it goes. We got to have our business in momentum mode. And so as Alex and I and our teams were talking together, we're like, you know what? It is literally like it is pre-launch time for Hammer and Chisel. We've got to be dripping this stuff. We've got to be marketing it. We've got to be, putting out teasers and peak interest things and anything that we can do to really start to draw attention to Hammer and Chisel, to our network of prospects, so that when it comes time to really catch that wave, we're already moving forward. People are looking to us to provide, solutions to them within this awesome program. And we want you guys to be as prepared as possible to be able to do that. So you're fully in pre-launch mode here, and momentum mode to be able to catch this wave. So with that in mind, we're excited to do this call with you tonight. We've invited some great people to participate in it. Test group members are going to help us navigate through things, and hopefully you're able to learn a lot. So Alex, you want to kind of cue this thing up?
Absolutely. First of all, thanks, Craig. And like Craig said, we are so excited to have the whole entire East region together. Hello, everyone. It feels so good to see all of your faces again. We're excited to, like Craig said, kick this off. We know in the past when we've had product launches, you guys don't know a ton until the day comes, right? So we want to make sure to prepare you as much as we possibly can. We've reached out to some of the top coaches who are in the test group so that they can share everything that they did, everything that they went through during this time. Please be prepared to ask questions. We posted the post on both of the region pages, so please put your questions in there. Craig and I at the end will ask those questions to the 4 coaches, but take advantage of this. One of the 3 vitals is to be proof the product works. Right now, you can't be, but you have 4 coaches on here who has, so use their testimony, use their journey, so that when you get questions from Hammer and Chisel when it comes up December 1st or prior, you are prepared to answer those questions, okay? And you feel fully comfortable with anything that comes at you. So please take tons of notes, ask questions, and enjoy this journey, as I know I will. And I'm very excited to hear from these 4 coaches. So I guess we'll just get started. Before actually we get started, another thing I wanted to point out quickly, not only is it important to know the product, but how this can connect to the end of the year push. We know that a lot of you are pushing for Elite, for Premier. This will help you so much in the ATV category, in the PSPV category. So take advantage of this, because this is going to help you reach a lot of your goals, not just short term, but long term as well, okay? So I'm going to let Craig kick off our first coach, because she is in the Southeast region.
Thank you again, Alex. Yeah, you guys, really our goal with this is that every single coach, every single discount coach, every single customer we have buys a Hammer and Chisel challenge pack in the month of December. Let's make this a huge volume month as we go into December and really get ready for some awesome stuff in January, okay? All right. we are first going to hear from none other than superstar elite coach Becky Brosette. She resides in Miami, Florida. Becky is one of my favorite coaches. She's down to earth. She's humble, yet she is intense. She gets it done. She loves fitness. She loves helping people. And she really is going to lay this out for you in a way that you can, collect it and use the information to grow your business. So, Becky, I know you've been able to experience this, and you've also spent a lot of time recently, sharing the things that people need to do to get ready. And so go ahead and kick this off for us, if you would.
Okay, so thank you so much, Craig and Alex. It's an honor to be on the call, as well as we were blessed, honestly, to be part of the test group. So for the ones that didn't jump on our call with Autumn last night, please go to my YouTube channel. And, after this call, if you want to hear from her, go check out the call from last night, because she really broke down the program and the philosophy and the background and, the design of the schedule. Guys, this program is amazing. Like, they put in, Autumn and Sagi and Beachbody put in so much thought into the way that this program was designed with the SSP training. It's the first program ever to be designed for the home in such a fashion. Trainers, she explained, use this in the gym all the time, but this is the first time an at-home program has used this type of training. It's also the first home workout to bring powerlifting to the home. So your customers need to know about this. And you also have to talk to your customers, to, especially women, not to be afraid of the lifting aspect in this program. There is a ton of lifting. I mean, guys, it's like leg day every day. So they're going to have to go in there and get ready to throw up some weight, because if they want to see the results, they're going to have to be equipped with the desire and also the equipment. So we also went through the equipment. I'm not going to go through the whole list of equipment, but I can tell you right now that everybody in here needs to have a bench. So write that down. Get a bench, because it is going to make your journey a whole lot more fun and intense, and it makes the workouts amazing. So get the bench, a pull-up bar. The thing I do want to talk about is the importance of the meal plan and sticking to it and going all in. I know for me, I'm a fitness girl. The nutrition for me was kind of off for a while there, for about a year, and this program helped me dial it back in. It's simple. It's based off 21 Day Fix and the containers. So for you guys, I hope everybody on this call has done the 21 Day Fix or Fix Extreme. It's going to be extremely easy for you to explain how to manage the containers, how to navigate the meal plan. The great thing about this program, it brings you 3 different options. You can lose weight, so you can do that calculation. You can do maintain, or you can bulk. So that right there covers a huge scheme of people that you can talk to. You have from women who want to lose weight, even guys who want to lose weight, and you put them in a category. They can commit to a meal plan that's very simple to integrate. Right now, like Craig said, I want to talk about the Elite Push really quick. For you guys who need the ATV category, it is essential that you get some coach test groups put together and get volume driven into your teams. You're going to sell this product. You're going to set up coach test groups. Get your coaches, the ones that are inactive ones, start messaging them. Get them re-engaged and push for a team-wide run, because that is going to drive commissions, volumes, and just success for those of you who are teetering on Elite and Premier. So it's really important that you make that run right now. If you haven't been talking to your team about it, do it today. Like, start sharing my pictures and all of our pictures. You're free to take my stuff. Go to my YouTube channel. I've done videos on equipment and my journey and my thoughts on the program. It's just essential now that you really dig in and start sharing the message if you haven't done so already, and get in there into your coach online office, see who's done Extreme, Body Beast, 21 Day Fix, start talking to those people and get commitments to start the program as soon as you're doing. So just a thought on what I'm doing. I started an event on Facebook a couple weeks back, and it's just been gaining momentum. Every day I post a transformation, and one of my videos, I let them ask me questions, and then I make a video. But my idea is to do a soft start on December the 14th to give time for people to order. I don't want people to lose momentum during the holidays. I want them to start playing around with the workouts. Let's start figuring out the nutrition to then do a hard start, like a real committed start in January. So I want to give them the time to get familiar with the equipment if they don't have it. So if they're getting it for Christmas, they have it on hand to start in January. So that was my idea, my philosophy behind a soft start, so that I can get familiar with them and get them on the right track before they make the hardcore commitment in January. I could tell you that when I was selected, I made a hardcore decision that the success of this program depended on me. So I went all in, no cheats, no drinking, no nothing, work hard for 60 days. So if you want a six-pack or you want the results you've never seen, you're going to have to push past the fear, let the junk and all the excuses, leave them by the wayside and make a decision to go all in. It's only 60 days, but those 60 days can be a huge catapult for your business. So commit to helping your customers achieve results, and just go all in, because this program is special and it's going to change your business. I'm all over the place. I know. I can't hear you, Craig.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Becky. I know a lot of people, I saw everybody taking notes. Great information. Thanks for going over things that people need, what you're planning on doing for the launch, and just sharing your thoughts. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, so next up we have Mr. David Atkins. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Mr. David Atkins. David is from New York. David and his wife, Kristen, actually did the program together, I saw, and they kicked butt. They have 3 girls. This is not David's full-time job. He protects New York, which is awesome. So this is a side thing for him to be able to put out all those excuses that some people might come up with. I mean, he really, really did it. So I'm excited to hear from David. And, just share with us, David, your journey with Master Hammer and Chisel.
So thank you, Alex, and guys, thank you so much. I'm excited to be on this call. And guys, let me just start off and tell everybody that you guys have to understand this program I'm so fired up about, but you have to realize how it relates to the business. And the coach you are today is not going to get you to the coach you want to be tomorrow, okay? So that starts with being a product of the product, all right? So you need to basically outlast the old you in order to become the new you. And that's something I live by. Wherever you are today, we are starting a new year. We are pushing for elite. For those of you that are still pushing for elite, January is here, and this program is a game changer. So you need to, and guys, write that down, outlast the old you in order to become the new you, in order to kick off this year right. So guys, with that, a couple of tips I want to give you with the program. I had amazing results, and you heard Alex say, I work full-time. My wife worked full-time up until about 2 months ago. Now she's home as a full-time coach, and we have 3 little girls, and my kids are in sports, and I'm a lieutenant with the state police in New York, and I overlook a lot of undercover units, so I'm busy. But guys, it's not an excuse. So I was able to get in this test group, and I really wanted to focus and dial it in, and I want to give you guys some of the questions that we were hearing a lot of and hit some of the bullet points from last night and let you guys know what my little tips are for this program. So a couple things that I have. Number one, guys, that you want to let your people know is you're not going to need to do more cardio or anything else in this program. The workouts are 25 to 40 minutes, about 40 minutes long. There are 2 ab workouts that are added in that are in throughout the program, but do not think you need to be doing more. We had people think they're going to have to do more. They need to do longer workouts. One of the people in the test group said, he used to work out in the gym for many hours and he had unbelievable results, so that's not needed. So that's number one, guys. Just follow the schedule, have faith over fear, okay? Number 2, track your weight progress. Guys, you want to write everything down. I used my iPhone. I used my Note app. And as I was saying last night in the call we had with Autumn, from the first workout, I had the name of the workout, the date of it, and I wrote down the weights because you have to gauge where you are and how much weight you lifted. And my goal as a guy, and for the guys on here, and I'll be telling the other guys that are going to be in my challenge group, I tried to increase the weight for each exercise by 5 pounds each week. And my gains, guys, are through the roof. Which piggybacks on, I did use the Beachbody Performance line. I highly, highly, highly recommend that everybody do the Beachbody Performance line. Guys, the stuff is that good. So if you want to have great results, you need to go all in. Weight amounts. These are just some of the bullet points. For the guys, you not get over that you think you're going to need 70, 80, 60 pounds, okay? For me, I use the Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells. That's what I have in my house. But I range from like 10 pounds to like 40 to 50 pounds max. I think the girls were up to about 25 pounds in that range. And you can use some resistance bands, but you don't need a lot of weight. So that's that. I know I'm moving quickly because I know we have some other great speakers here. Shakeology, guys, I drink every day. And the question I always get is, David, when should I drink Shakeology? Like, what meal should I drink Shakeology with? My tip to you is you tell everybody, and even if you have this question for yourself, what is the meal you struggle with most? If you are a person that skips breakfast, then have your Shakeology for breakfast. If you are somebody that overeats lunch because at work everybody gets takeout and goes to the buffet, well then no, you should have your Shakeology at lunch, okay? So whatever meal you're struggling with most, that's when you should have your Shakeology. And the last little tip I want to give is that the workouts are between 25 and 40 minutes long. I may have mentioned that already. So they're not all 25, they're not 50-minute workouts. They're solid in between 25 and 40-minute workouts, and then you do have the ab workouts added in a couple days, obviously every couple of days throughout the program. So guys, I just want you to tell you to trust the process, believe in the process. I'm a person that's done all of the Beachbody programs. I've done 12 rounds of P90X. This was my wheelhouse, and I never got such great results. I got endurance strength. I got powerlifting strength. I got muscle gains. I lost inches. My energy's been up. I feel great. We're all doing round 2 that are in the test group. We're like 3 weeks from finishing round 2. I'm still getting stronger. Guys, I've never seen something like this before in the network. And guys, take advantage of this going forward. Remember, the coach you are tonight will not get you to the coach where you want to be tomorrow. So you need to be 100% and be a product of the product, and you will attract who you are. So those are my tips. Thanks, Alex.
Passion is all I can say right there. Just like Becky, I could just feel the passion coming through, how much you guys just adore this program, and it shows. And that's what I think is catching me most after everything that you've said, and that's what's going to catch these potential customers, the people in your groups right now for the test groups, is that passion. So I love it. Thank you so much for all that you shared, David. We appreciate you.
No problem.
Okay, next up from the Northeast, we have Miss Jacqueline Stokes. I am going to spotlight you, pretty lady. Jacqueline is from Pittsburgh. She is such a sweet girl. She is all about helping people, elite coach, qualifying 8-star, killing it. And she also killed it in Master Hammer and Chisel. So we are excited to hear what you have to share with us today, Jackie.
Hi guys, am I muted? Okay, I think I am. All right, hi guys. Thanks for having me on the call tonight, Alex. So yeah, the test group, I was really not sure what to expect. I was honestly kind of scared when I got picked. So I'm like, oh boy, like, cause I followed programs before, but I was always kind of lenient, to be honest. And so I said, okay, I have to go all in. And I was nervous. I love weights. I was a little nervous about the diet plan. So I'm gonna give you my real honest opinion, things that like, people who are like me are asking me, but I'm gonna first start off by telling you that I have done, I think, almost every Beachbody program, and if you're someone who really liked the 20-Day Fix or 20-Day Fix Extreme, those are some of my most recent favorite programs because I do like weights. I don't like a ton of cardio. I'm not really a big cardio person. This is like by far my favorite program. I tell you everyone, it's my slow pace workout. It's just, I love it, and it's still very short. It's like David said, they're like 25 to 40 minutes. So on average, they're like 30, 35 minutes. And so they're short and sweet. Obviously it is 60 days, so it's a little bit longer. And I have never done body beads, so I can't compare it to that. But my husband did body beads, and so he did a few of the Hammer and Chisel workouts. He started it in January, but he really loves it. And so if you guys haven't done the Prevent On Demand, make sure that you have done that so you can try it out. But it's basically, because a lot of people were asking, well, was it Autumn and Siggy together? I'm like, no, it's Autumn one day, Siggy the next day. So they do alternate back and forth. From my personal experience, the meal plan is it's very similar to to the 21-day fix extreme, being that there is like no cheats, there is no alcohol. And so kind of what Becky said, I'm doing the same thing. I plan on promoting the heck out of it now, selling the crap out of it in December, and then January we are going. Like we're starting the workouts together in our test group. But I'm actually going to open my test group in December. So everyone who purchases, we're going to add them to the test group in December. So if they have questions, things like that, where it's kind of the prep season. And then we are starting in January. So we're going to also do a preseason for that week. I don't know if you guys do that in your group. So we do a preseason. So for the people who are then ordering in January to get our January sales in, they have a full, couple of days to be ordering in the preseason to then start day one of day 60, day 1 through day 60 the following week, if that makes sense. Yeah, a couple of things too. So a lot of people are asking me about equipment. Do I really need a bench? Can I just use the stability ball? I know it says you can use a bench or a ball. I did not have a bench when I first started, the first week or so. I will tell you, after using the ball, I was like, oh my gosh, I need a bench. And so you can probably use a ball, but I really 1000% recommend investing in a bench. And, I've been telling my customers, they do make small incline. I recommend an incline bench, by the way, too, not just a flat bench. A bench that does incline, but there are fold away ones you get on Amazon pretty cheap. So I'd recommend that. People, like some people in the group, like Becky, were killing it in chin-ups and pull-ups. I personally am really bad at chin-ups and pull-ups. I don't know what it is. I feel like I can't do them. So for me, instead of using a chin-up bar or a pull-up bar, I did use a resistance band for all those workouts instead of a bar. So I've been telling my customers that too. So you can use a resistance band like over the door. That's what I use. Me, for my girl weights, what I did use, so we do have some free weights. We also have the Bowflex Select Tech weights. I personally use 5, 10, 15, and also some 20 and 25s. So those are the whole sets that I use for my workout. So if somebody wants to do this program, they have no weights to start with, I wouldn't necessarily tell them to go buy all those weights. But I've been kind of just telling people in general, you want to get a light, medium, and a heavy set of weights. So if they were to ask me just that, I would say probably 5, 10, and 15 to be general. But I did use some 20 and 25s for some of the workouts. But on average, I use the small, medium, and light set. Or light, medium, heavy set, I'm sorry. Let's see, what else? So meal planning is a must. So if you guys are doing this yourselves, I will tell you the days I did meal plan, I was like, oh my God, I'm starving and I want to eat pizza. So make sure you guys are meal planning, really reinforcing that to your challengers as well, and having that support at home as well as helping them in the groups, because that's really important. Make sure that you and your challengers are taking your before and after. That is crucial, because when you don't think you're really having great results, when you track your progress, you're like, oh my gosh, your inches, and seeing your before and after picture. So I think we took those. I took mine often. For the group, we took it every 30 to 60 days or so. And then let's see, what else? Make sure too, you're telling all of your coaches to buy it too. So I did this with all the new program launches. So I tell all my coaches, you want to make sure you buy this day one. So yes, it's going to help your volume too, but really, how can they explain it if they're not doing it themselves? And how can they really talk about it if they're not doing it themselves? So make sure your team goes out and buys it as well. What else? Physical changes. So people have been asking me, does this thing really work? What did you like so much about it? I've been telling everyone, I had a SpongeBob SquarePants butt when I first started, and literally this program completely changed my butt and my arms, which are really hard to tone, and a lot of girls are again intimidated by weights. I will tell you that this is the one thing that made my arms look good for the first time ever. I've never felt comfortable with my arms until doing this program. So and your waist too. If you guys saw the transformations from people in the test group, and David, his was amazing. They're crazy. So they're amazing. So this program, if you really dedicate yourself to it, if you really go all in for the 60 days, you will have the best transformation that you've ever had. And some of the supplements that I use, I just use the vegan chocolate Shakeology for the most part. Toward the very end, I will say that on days where I was kind of dragging, I would use the Energize, and a few times I use the Recover formula, but that's pretty much all I use for the supplements. So I think that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, let me know.
Well, that was awesome, Jacqueline. Thank you so much. I mean, I put down like 15 bullet points there. So I don't know what was on your, I should have just asked you for your notes rather than trying to write down everything that you said, but that was a mouthful. That was a download. Thank you so much. I think you've got a great marketing angle there with the SpongeBob SquarePants butt. I think that has some legs. So
it's true. It was square and now it's round. So I've been telling women, like, because women are always like, I hate my butt. I'm like, you need to do this. So yeah, squats like some. I think Becky said.
Yeah, David didn't go that route, David. But you know, maybe you can figure out a marketing angle there. I like that. I like that. Thank you, Jacqueline.
That's good. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Without further ado, I want to introduce. We'll cruise along here. Would like to introduce my next wonderful leader from the Southeast region, also from Miami, Florida. We're pulling her up. There we go. I'm like, come on, Alex, up. Here she goes. Monica Lopez. She is a coach. She is a great friend of mine. She really heads up does a lot of work for the community in the Miami market, both in the English and our Hispanic market. And she is just both an excellent person, a fantastic coach. And if you check out her Facebook page, you will see some incredible photos going up there. You know, I have been so impressed with her dedication. And she has certainly gotten herself chiseled. So Monica, thank you so much for being on, and we're going to turn the time over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, guys, you know, if you're looking to inspire the average mom out there, I tend to like relate to them. I am a mom of three C-sections. I'm 31 years old. And after having my children, especially after my first pregnancy where I gained almost 70 pounds and gave birth to a 10-pound baby boy, my stomach has a ton of postpartum flaws. I have loose skin. I have a 2-inch gap between my abdomen. You know, and I really, when I got the email that I had been accepted into this test group, it brought me to tears because I felt like these things I've always been proud of how far I've come on a fitness level, but I just didn't think that someone like me with flaws that I had would get picked for something like this. So it was a tremendous honor. And I took that responsibility very seriously to go out there and prove that if a mother or anyone out there wants to really go all in and make a change, they can. And even though I had these issues happening and they've always held me back and I've always been very self-conscious of my stomach, I decided I was going to give it my all. And not just as an advocate as a mother, but as an advocate for childhood obesity, because I was overweight growing up, and it is something that I carry along with me. And I believe that we can instill the right things when it comes to home fitness so that our children are watching us and carrying that along. So with that being said, I gave it my all. And if you guys have seen my before and afters, it was incredible to see the changes in my body, in my stomach, in my arms, in my butt. I will back up Jacqueline big time on that one. My butt transformation was spectacular. And you know, these things, they matter because they make us feel better. And your challengers are out there looking for something like this. They are out there ready for the next level. And to be able to get these kinds of results and this kind of confidence and this kind of, you know, amazingness from home, this is a game changer in our business. And I hope you guys all realize that. So a couple of things that I am instilling in my business is that I'm really going out there and targeting couples, because this is the first program I feel it's well-rounded for spouses, men, women, all of, you know, anybody and everybody to go and do this together. And this is a great way to bring in that kind of challenge group in play. Another thing that we kind of talked about and targeted last night with Autumn is that many people ask, well, do you have to be a certain fitness level, or do you have to maybe only have a couple of pounds to lose? Because a lot of people saw the test group and we were pretty fit before, and we were just taking it to the next level. So people wondered, you know, who is this program for? And Autumn also touched on it last night on our webinar, where it's not so much how much weight you need to lose, because this can be a weight loss program, but it's more of having a foundation before you go into this, where you're able to get the moves in and they be as effective as they're supposed to be. So that comes with a balance component, that comes with a strength component. And, that does not necessarily mean that you have to be a certain size or you have to have, be in a certain target weight loss. So I wanted to clear that up because a lot of people have been asking me that. Personally, I started about a month ago something called a Hammer and Chisel watch party on Facebook. It's an event, and I invited everybody and their mothers, and I asked them to invite everybody and their mothers, and it was just like where I funneled all the information about this program. Every day I'm posting pictures in there. I've posted all my test group families before and after so everybody can get inspired. I've posted the webinar, and I'm just doing this countdown to launch day to get people excited and keep the hype up. It may be something you want to do from here to launch day. I want to tell you guys that as a coach, I've been a coach for 4.5 years, and I realized, Becky and I actually talked about this, we realized that we had never really been a challenger in a test group, in a challenge group. We have always been the people running it, the face behind it and the motivational voice of groups, but we've never been an actual challenger. And so for the first time ever, I was a challenger, and guys, I will tell you that I fell in love with what we do all over again. It lit a fire in me, and my business was booming in this 60-day period because confidence, focus, like passion for what we do and Shakeology and the nutritional program and home workouts was like coming out of my pores. So my call to action to you guys is, yes, get out there and host your challenge groups, but at the same time, get your team together and be a challenger as well in your own team challenge group, and hold yourself accountable to that and make yourself do it. Like if you are the challenger, because it's going to help you fall in love with what we do all over again, where you're having your own fun and getting your own results. You're getting your team in the mood also, so it's going to be coming out of their pores, and their challenge groups are going to be popping, and they can carry that energy onto all their customers that they have planted in this, and obviously the future of your team. So with that being said, one last thing I want to cover is I'm kind of doing something like Becky's doing, where she's going to have a soft start and a hard start. And the idea I had is that once people buy their challenge pack, they are going to get the 30-day access to BOD. So with that, I made a schedule using BOD workouts, and some of them, we have 2 Hammer and Chisel on there, so I'm using those, plus a couple of 21-Day Fix Extreme, some exclusives like Autumn has some really badass exclusives on there, like Kill Cupcake and the Stability Ball workout. And I made a calendar, and we're going to start that up until hard start, which is January 4th. That way, again, like Becky says, you're not losing momentum, they're not losing focus, they're still excited. But I also felt like I didn't want to give away everything that this program has to offer, because I wanted us to start a hard start and just be like fresh and new stuff. And that's pretty much all I've got. So guys, let's kill it. I mean, this is really important. This is something that, like Craig said in the beginning of the call, it's a wave. You're not going to start riding the wave once you're on it. You got to start paddling out as of now. And we're all leaders on this call. I know I'm speaking, to people that know what's up. But just remember that we set the tone as leaders for our team, and what we do, they are going, it's contagious. So get out there and don't stop and hustle hard. We've got one more month in this year to make it a blowout. So thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be here tonight.
Awesome. Monica, thank you so much. We could definitely feel the sense of commitment, and I mean, just you starting off and kind of talking about it, and you could tell the emotion that's there, and that really makes a difference to all of us to see that and for us to connect with it. And I hope that everyone that's been on the call has been able to have that, feel that same thing, and are excited to really make a difference in people's lives. This isn't just a, hey, what's our next marketing ploy? Like, you started off with some vulnerabilities, some insecurities, things that made you timid about, getting involved. And really that's what we do at Beachbody is we provide a platform for people with those same feelings and about themselves or about their children or their spouse, or how we can help each other do this. And so there's yet another platform for us to use to make a difference in people's lives. And thank you so much for sharing some of the ways that you did it, Monica. I know that that Johan is extremely happy with your you guys are talking. You're talking about I'm like, David's being like, hey, I need to get some more thoughts out there. You can get Johan on there, and then I'm sure he could give a testament to some of this transformation as well. So I think it's great you're doing it with couples. I think that's a great angle, and again, just some cool things. So hey, we have just a few questions then that people put on our walls. Alex and I are in the background here a little bit, getting coordinated, because we feel like a lot of the questions that were actually put, on the pages have been addressed within the context of here. But I'm going to throw out just a couple questions to either reiterate or have you go, and maybe we can just go, in order again, or maybe, Becky, if you can take the first question, and David the second, Jackie the third, and Monica, whatever, as we kind of go through. Or if you have an additional follow-up comment or question, then, unmute and put it in there. So, Becky, maybe help us out with this one. I know we did a lot about the nutrition, but kind of a specific question was, will the macros be set up like Beast, but with use of containers?
No, it exactly mimics the 21-day fix. The way it's set up with I'm in bracket 2, which is the 1500 category. It's 4 proteins, 3 carbs. It's lined up the same. The only thing with this program, like Jacqueline says, it's no drinking. There is a major focus on cutting down sugar, which is something that I actually noticed with going through the journey, that I was having way too many sweeteners before. I know in the test group, we were held down to 2 tablespoons of natural sweeteners or brown sugar a week. That is a huge, huge reduction. So, but no, it lines up exactly with the 21-day fix and Fix Extreme, not with Body Beast.
Can I say something about that real
Yes.
quick? Okay, so another thing that they mentioned last night also is that Body Beast, remember, there's 3 phases in Body Beast, and that middle phase is a bulking phase where nutrition changes. Actually, in each phase, nutrition changes, and you change it up not just in the gym, but also in what you're eating. This program is based around SSP, which is strength, I can't say that word.
Stabilization, strength, and power.
And power. And so you're simultaneously burning fat, getting rid of it, and building muscle. So there's no change in diet across the board. So just be cautious of that, because a lot of people are comparing it to Beast, and there's just no bulking phase, nor is there a lean out phase. It's all happening at the same time. It's pretty incredible.
Okay, so maybe that kind of parlays into the second question again, just to be, maybe overkill on the information. But one of the questions we got is there going to be options in the workout schedule tailored to the individual goals, just like P90X or in Beast?
So in the test, guys, I can say in the test group, they did give you the option of if you want to gain weight, if you want to maintain weight, if you want to lose weight, and that played into the nutrition. But from the calendar that we saw, it was 1 calendar. But guys, this is the biggest thing I realized, is that not 1 week repeats. There are workouts that you may not see to week 3, and you literally every week is a different combination of workouts. So there are no phases where you do 3 weeks of something and a recovery week, or you do a week and you repeat a week. No, you're going 60 days, 8 weeks. Not 1 week is the same. So I think it's combined for everybody. And one tip that made me think of the routine, guys, it's just maybe a little tip you guys want to write down. You're going to work out 3 days, and then we start on a Monday, and your first day off is Thursday. So for those of you that like Sundays off, which is a large portion of the network, you may want to start on a Thursday and have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday's a day off. Or for your challenge groups, many people want the weekends off. So just think ahead the way the calendar lies for this program over the 60 days, that on your 4th day, it's your first day off. Just a little tidbit. But in terms of the phases, that's how it's broken up, and the same for everybody.
That's a great tip, David. Thanks for sharing that. I had a question, and David, some of you guys have mentioned the performance line, and I would like each of you guys to answer what products out of the performance line did you use and you felt helped?
So I used all of them. I used the Energize, and I absolutely need it for those morning people. My alarm goes off at 4:30, so I need my Energize. I had that. I had the Hydrate. I did use the creatine, and I definitely contribute the creatine to my strength gains. And I know that because 10 days before the end, they asked us, the guys or whoever's taking it, to stop taking the creatine for photos. And I definitely was able to see it. I didn't get weaker, but I was getting a lot of explosive strength. So I used the creatine and the recovery drink. And then, guys, at night, the recharge is the bomb. Like I was saying last night, it's literally, I feel like NyQuil because I drink it and like I look at my wife 20 minutes later, my wife Kristen, I'm like, oh my God, I'm falling asleep. You slept like a baby. It helped with your soreness and it helped you recover. And Autumn spoke about it yesterday on the call. She wasn't always a fan of supplements, so she would try to fight it. And she did a week without the recharge, and like she'd wake up and she'd be sore, and then she tried it again and slept better and felt better. So for me, I was all in. My wife and I both use it every single day, and all the supplements. So I used all of them.
Thanks. Becky?
I use Energize like David. I love that stuff. So every workout, I use the post-workout recovery on really, really hard workouts when I felt like I really needed it. The same with the recharge. I'm just not a big fan of drinking a ton of supplements, but they did help on those days where I felt my body needed it. So, and I don't drink the creatine because Autumn mentioned, and she said it on the call last night, it makes women blow and retain water, and I'm not having that. So if she doesn't drink it, I'm not drinking it. So ladies, that's a decision you have to make. But I love the performance line, and obviously Shakeology every single day. I didn't miss one day.
Great. Thanks, Becky. Monica?
So yeah, Shakeology every single day. Didn't miss that. Energize pretty much every day. Needed that stuff. Recovery, I didn't do the recovery unless it was a really tough workout. And usually like the powerlifting days and stuff like that, where I was just like spent, then yes, I would come in and, into the house and drink my recovery. Recharge, to me, I mean, yes, it helped the soreness, it helped all that kind of good stuff, but I don't know if it happens to you guys, but I used to be that chick that ate a bowl of cereal right before going to bed because I love sweets. Like, I don't know why, it's like a sweet attack at the end of the night. And having the recharge was like my sweet tooth, like killer. It was amazing. So I drank that and I loved it every single night right before bed. To me, it's like a keeper. And no creatine for me either.
Thanks, Monica. Jacqueline?
Hey, I went over this a little bit when I was before, but so yeah, I did the vegan chocolate every single day. Energize, I probably used it a handful of times throughout the 60 days. I'm not a big pre-workout person. And then like someone else said, the days where it was like powerlifting, if I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted or I'm like starving, I would do the recover as well. So that's pretty much all I did.
Thanks. Craig, do you have another question?
I think all of the stuff that's come through on my page has been hit. There's a couple of questions coming through on the feed. Maybe if you could just reiterate again, like in terms of beginners, like can beginners jump into this program, and if not specifically, like what do you recommend they get involved in, to be able to lead into the program?
I do not recommend someone who's never worked out to do this program. I do not. That would be completely irresponsible of us to do that. This program has a lot of technique. There's a lot of weightlifting. There's a lot of room to get injured if you don't know what you're doing. Us as coaches, I know that a lot of us are not trainers. I'm not a trainer, but I've been working out for a very long time, and I know a lot about form. We have to pay attention to what our challengers are doing on this program. And it would be completely wrong to bring a beginner into this. If they have some kind of fitness background and maybe done a couple rounds of Fix Extreme, maybe. But start your newbies on 21 Day Fix for sure. Let them really go out there and master that and the form before they tackle a program like this. It just would not be smart.
And I agree, guys, but just so for those that haven't powerlifted, like I was never like, say, a CrossFitter per se. Sagi and Autumn do a phenomenal job of cueing and breaking the moves down, so we all learned it. But just like Becky said, somebody that's been a couch potato for 6 to 8 months that has 100 pounds to lose, this would not be the program for them, and I would never want to set them up for disappointment. So definitely have somewhat of a foundation, and don't be intimidated either, because they do an awesome job of breaking every move down.
I want to piggyback off of that because I think the confusion came with what I said about it doesn't matter how much weight you have to lose. For example, one of our test group participants was a postpartum mom. Another one was Doug Couch, that he had like over 40-pound weight loss in doing this. They had a background in fitness before that. So I kind of feel like if someone has some kind of background when it comes to balance, because you're going to need balance to do a lot of these workouts, at least some kind of core strength. And another thing that will help with the powerlifting is working out, or any lifting, is working out with a mirror so you can check your own form. Those things are really important. But what I wanted to reiterate, and Autumn touched on this last night on our webinar, is it doesn't really matter how much weight you have to lose. And this can still be a weight loss program. So I had somebody ask me, well, I have 30, 40 pounds to lose. Should I not do this? Should I lose some weight before I start lifting in this? And the answer is no, you can lift on this if you have some kind of foundation in fitness in the first place. So I hope that makes sense.
And I think it's really important too that we focus on like inches, because I think it was Danette's transformation. She did a really incredible transformation. I think she said she lost like 2 pounds. So if you have those people who are like, oh, I'm only down like a pound, and some people like gained a pound, but if you look at our results, like, you know, they're chiseled, you know what I mean? So I would make sure that people are aware of that too. So, because I know some of us in the group are like, oh my gosh, we're not losing weight, or we're up a pound, but it all, if you, like everyone said, if you trust the process, it all works out in the end.
Awesome. Great advice, you four. That's all the questions that we have on our pages and that we've seen through the chat. Does anybody else, if you want to take yourself off mute, if you have a question for these four coaches, we have a couple minutes for that too. You guys feel good? Everybody prepared? All right. Well, thank you again, you four. You guys killed it. Thanks, everybody who joined us. Hopefully, you are prepared for December 1st. That is next week, which is insane. Can't wait to see how this goes. Please feel free to reach out to Craig, Pearson, Keyshawn, or I if you need any kind of support. Of course, I'm sure these four coaches would love to connect and chat offline if you'd like more information. I'm sure they'd be up for that, yeah?
Of course.
Okay, great. So everybody have a very happy Thanksgiving. And we will talk to you again, okay? Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye, guys.
Bye.